Now then people, vlog time again. I just thought I'd get the camera out again and just show you what the weather's like now. It's got absolutely red hot. It's roasting. It's about 7:30 at night. And now the river has gone flat calm again. And I'm holding bottom with 2-ounce feeders now. You know, whereas earlier on you was having to hold bottom with 4 ounces. You know, 4.5 ounces. And it's completely changed. I mean, you have a look now. You see. Yeah, the sun look. Oh God. It's just glorious. It has gone really hot though. I've drunk that much water over the last few hours. And Sky has settled down. Where are you, Sky? Sky? She was there a minute ago. Sky? Sky? She's at the back of the car. She does wander off now and again, but she don't wander off far. So you have to keep here, she is. Look. Sky? What have you been doing? Huh? What have you been doing? Stay there then. Stay there. This is the trouble with her, you see. She likes climbing on us, don't you? Eh? Like climbing on everything, she does. She is pretty good with everyone around her and the ducks and everything else. But thing is, put anything on the ground like that great big massive bait bowl down there that I've mixed up, and she's into it straight away, aren't you? Eh? Trying to eat it, and yet there's a float thing down there, people, if you can see, in the water, and yet she's been barking her head off at that. I had to tell her to shut up about 7 times. In the end I had to go down there and get it out of the water and show her what it was before she shut up barking at it. And she sniffed it, smelt it, and then I put it back in the water, and still every now and again now she still keeps barking at it, don't you? But anyway, enough of that ramble. I've set my rods up again. Got £12 main line on both of them. And I've got £12 hook links on, just out of reel line. So if it is going to break, it'll still break on the hook lengths because they're not in the hook lengths. Being weaker than the knot I've tried to the beads, stock beads. But the mix what I've made up, I used my other mix up and I've mixed a pellet mix up. Pellet fish meal, ground bait, darker. And what I've done is I've put half a bottle of liquid in it. Spice squid and spice. And then I put some 4mm halibut pellets in it, and then about a kilo of hemp seed, and then I've wet it thoroughly down. That mix then should last tonight and into tomorrow morning before I probably switch back in the day to my other mix. But I've had the rods out about an hour. I've had one big bream. I had that not long before I was speaking to you people. Probably about £4 or something. But apart from that, I haven't had nothing else yet. I had no knocks, touches or anything. I've put the rods where I said I was going to put the rods earlier on. I mean now I could probably get a rod over that other side, but it's an effort with the barbel rods to keep getting it over there. What I need is a high test curve rod. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring like a £2.5 test curve rod, I think, and have that sat on the alarms down here, and put back leads on, and get the line sunk right down. I was talking to somebody earlier on and they said to me that fox captive flying back leads, when you lift the line up to strike they come off, but they're attached to like fly line so you can get the actual lead back, but they're expensive. He said they're about £9 each from Walker's a Trowel in Nottingham. Good shop that. That's where I got my set of carp rods and spot and marker rod from. Free Spirit CTX's Free Spirit CTX's spom and marker rod, and then I bought 3 CTX carp rods, £3.5 test curve, the SU stepped up models, absolutely fantastic rods. best carp rods, well, one of the best rods I've ever held, just amazing. But he said, yeah, you can get them from there, but I might have a word with my mate who does makes leads and feeders and all sorts, and see if he can get me some of these back leads sorted out. But I think that's what I'm going to do, because I need a new floater rod, float fishing rod. I'm thinking about buying the ESP, either the ESP floater rod, it's a 2.5 pound test curve, or the die-hour longbow floater rod, and that's a 2.25 test curve. I think I'll probably buy the ESP one, to be honest with you, because it's supposed to be a really good rod. Plus it's cheaper as well than the die-hour rod. But if I'm going to be buying that for floater fishing, that's what I might do. I might buy that for floater fishing and buy myself another reel. I think I'm going to buy a die-hour I can't pronounce it. I don't know if it's Legolas or Legolas. I'm not sure. I don't know how to pronounce it, but they're decent reels, and they've got a quick drag on them as well. 4,000. Get one of them to go on my floater rod. But the thing is, then I've got that floater rod I can use in other situations. Take for instance these Shimano's down here. They're Shimano bait runner DLs. Well, I have there, and that's the Shimano bait runner DL as well. That's the 4,000 and that's the 6,000. Well, I've had these 6,000s for about 6 years, 7 years, and then earlier on, basically I had two of those on. I had two 6,000s on, but the one that was on this rod here has knackered up. All the bearings in that inside sound like they've gone. It's completely had it. It's shot it. So that means I've got to get a new one of them. So what I've done is I had my 4,000 in the car, and I've got a spool with 12 pound line for that anyway, because I've got another two spools with 6 pound and 8 pound on. And so what I've done is I've banged that on there, but it still feels really balanced on that rod anyway, on them Corum near Terry rods. Brilliant rods. But I'm going to have to get another one of them, you see. Either that, or I might keep this one here, put that on the floater rod that I'm going to buy, and use that for like on the river and stuff in the situation that I'm talking about, fishing over there, and then still buy the smaller 4,000 reel to use for when I'm doing my floater fishing and that, because that's a little bit too heavy to have it as a float, to have on the float rod to be using all the time. So I think that's what I might do. And then what I might do is buy myself either another DL to go with that one again, or a set of some different Shimano bait runners. Might get the 8,000s this time, or even the 10,000s, because they've got that, just that little bit more power in them, you know. And if you're fishing on the Trent all the time, which I've started doing again like I used to years ago, you need reels like that. It's alright when the conditions are like this and it's flat calm, like it is now, you know, and the flow's dropped, you know, then that little reel there can cope with it, which it'll cope with it anyway when it turns bad, but you know, it's going to knacker it up into it. Whereas something like that, I've had these 7 years, I think it is, 8 years, and they've been brilliant. They've been used that many times on the rivers all over the place, as well as I've used them for carp fishing as well, and then feeder fishing for bream, for tench. And I think it's just basically wear and tear. They've been used that much, but they are good reels. But I think I still might, like I say, move up to, if I get another set of these or another set of the dearer ones, I'm going to get a set of either the 8,000s or the 10,000s, because they've got that little bit more cranking power in them. They're probably likely to last a little bit longer as well. So that's what I think I'm going to do. You've got to think these things out, otherwise you end up buying reels and rods, and then you end up with loads of different rods and reels, whereas sometimes you can use them for other things, can't you? But what I'm thinking to myself is, I mean, if that is the same age as the other one, that's probably likely to go within the next year or something. It wouldn't surprise me. It might not, it might last forever, but I might be better on the safe side just to buy two new bait runners. I think that's what I'll probably end up doing. And then just like I say, keep that one there as a backup reel for, you know, in a situation like this where I don't want to bring my big cart rods and have my big cart rods over the other side. I just want something to be about 2.5, 2 3/4 test curve, you know, to get over there and to cope with the flow and stuff. So I'm going to recast out again in a minute anyway. But this sun is, oh, it's unbelievable. It's just roasting. I mean, Sky's, I've been absolutely loving it. She's been up and down and in and out of it all day. She's gone back in there now. She has. It's wonder she's not snoring. But yeah, so I'm going to cast these back out. I'm going to make myself a cup of tea before I have a beer. And then obviously I'll see how tonight goes. It'd be nice to get a barbel. There she is. She was behind the back of the bivvy actually. She was. She don't stop all day. She's like this, sniffing about constantly. And then all of a sudden she'll calm down, settle down, and that's it. She's conked out and she'll be snoring her head off and she won't move. You can make noises and all sorts and she just don't move. Mad dog she is. But yeah, people, that's what I'm gonna do anyway. Some fish started to top now. You can see that out there. Well, I've got a rig out at about that distance, just a bit further to the right, and then, like I say, my other one is out halfway out. But there is fish starting to move and top about now. There is, which is a good sign. So hopefully I might have a barbel. That's what I'm hoping. There's not masses of them in this stretch, but they're about. There's some bigger ones and all. I mean, they go up to about 17, 18 pound. I think the ones that's been caught on this stretch. There's a bloke fishing further down. He's had 13 pounders out of this stretch over the last couple of years, 4 years, he says. I don't know how he's done today because I haven't spoke to him today. Been too busy talking to other people. But I've heard his alarms go off a few times. Whether or not he's had fish or if he's just been casting out again, I don't know. But all the way along the river now, this fish starting to top and move about because you can see him on the top as well. It's weird, the river, it changes so drastically. Just from one extreme to the other in such a short space of time. More so than what it does on a lake or a pond. It's unbelievable. I'm enjoying it actually, fishing on the river. It's so nice. It is, it makes a change. There's so much to explore. But anyway, I'm going to cast these rods out because I'm waffling on again. As normal. So, I'm going to make myself a cup of tea and get the fishing dog another drink of water. And then, if I have a fish, I'll do another vlog. Or, if I don't get a chance to do another vlog, I'll just take some pictures and then do a vlog in the morning. But fingers crossed, hopefully people, I'll get one. I've got the right baits on, I'm in the right places, so it's just up to the barbel now. It's up to the barbel gods, but you can see, look, there's fish out there again now. The camera, as I didn't realise the camera did that, but I've just turned the camera around and it picked up, it won't show you it, but I put a target marker on my screen while watching through the camera. So, as long as I point that in the area, the target will pick it up and zoom in on it. Which is good, I didn't realise I've got that set on it, so same as the camera, just getting used to it. Anyway, I'll sign off. Tight lines, brothers and sisters. Catch you later.